Hello, and welcome to the Metro MLS webinar review of portal preferences in FlexMLS. In this webinar, we'll review the portal preferences and what they apply to and how they look in the contact portal. So let's begin. To access portal preferences, you click on Menu, and underneath the Preferences section, you click on Portal Preferences. Okay, so these are your global portal preferences. So they'll apply to all of your contacts portals unless you go into the individual contact setting and change their settings on the portal link within there. These will apply globally. So starting with the first section, portal, this is the name of your portal URL. This is what your contacts, all of your contacts, will be logging into the website that you see here. So it will always start with this portal.flexmls.com / and then the rest of that would be your identification. Now you can, if you haven't created a portal already, you can use what's there. You can hit suggest to have the system suggest another name, or you can swipe over and you can type in there whatever you'd like it to be. Just keep in mind, once you set this portal URL and you save the set, you turn it on and you save the settings, if you've sent that out to customers and you decide, that's too long, I want to use something different, you can change the name of your portal URL, but you would have to make sure that you resent out that portal URL to the customers who were already using the portal, because that old one won't work anymore. Okay? So once you select on and you save your settings, the rest of the screen will populate. Next is the invite. When you create a portal account, there's a canned invite that goes out to the customers automatically sent by the system, and that's what this little checkbox is for. The subject line will be a portal has been created for you, and then this is the standard message that comes in the portal. Welcome to your personalized portal that we can use to work together. See what's on the market, save listings you're interested in, and more. Follow the link below to get started. Now you can customize this message if you'd like to, and that's why I've got all this text down here highlighted, because this is typically what I have in there. I've set up a customized website called a portal for you. Using this site, you can keep track of listings you like and dislike, send me messages, make private notes on listings, and share listings via email and public network sites. Follow the link below. Enter your email address as your username and create a password to begin using your portal. Once you are on the website, be sure to save the address as a favorite so you can easily visit again. So I like to give a little bit more information there. You can change the text, the font, the color, add a background, stationery. You can pretty it up if you'd like to. Moving on down, next is your business card. You get a choice of one. You can select no business card or your generic card. This is being pulled from your profile, your FlexMLS profile here. So if you've got a photo of yourself loaded in, along with maybe your marketing name, your designations, your email address, your web address, your primary phone number, address, it'll all be included in there. Next section is the default subscription settings. Now this applies to the subscription email settings. Okay, this applies whether if your contact has a portal or not. Any customer that is set up on an automatic email, which is a subscription, that's what these settings are for. So these are the triggers that you can set. So whenever one of these events happens for a contact search, did you want that to generate an email send? So here, new are the brand new list numbers. Of course you want them to get that. So if it matches their search criteria, you want that checked. If there's any price changes for their parameters, sold, if there's been any open house dates added to listing that matching their parameters, anything pending, back on market, those are the listings that were withdrawn, pending, or expired that went back to active status, any extensions, expiration dates being extended out, and status change. Status change includes those delayed listings that flip to active. That is considered a status change. Delayed listings are not sent out in subscription emails. They are viewable within the portal searches, but they don't get sent out. So listings that flip from delayed to active, status change catches those. So you want to make sure that you've got that selected. So you make sure you select your triggers that you'd like for your subscription. Moving down, the next section is the portal preferences section. The first section here, exclude these listing statuses from appearing in the news feed unless the status is included in the search criteria. So the listings come in a newsfeed format by default. What the newsfeed is kind of like your Twitter timeline or your Facebook wall. As new messages come in on the top, the older messages go down to the bottom. It's just kind of like a running script like that. That's kind of the same idea of a news feed. Your customers, when they open up their subscription update links in an email, it will open up to that news feed. The news feed maxes out at 50 listings. So as new listings come in, the older ones at the bottom will age off. Sometimes, depending on how fast or how slow the search finds criteria matching that properties matching that criteria, you'll see the history of the listing. So some listings, when they were sent out, were active. Maybe, within since the time that they've sent out, before they've aged off of the feed, they've gone expired or pending or sold. So the news feed will retain and display those history changes unless you say to exclude them out. Some customers like to see it, some customers don't. If you feel that it would be confusing to your customer to see all those mix of statuses in there when they only care about what's active, what they want to buy, then you exclude those non-available listings from the news feed. Okay, and the news feed is viewable in the portal. I'm just going to switch tabs here. So this is a contacts portal that I'm logged into. So this is the navigation menu on the left hand side. When they log into their portal, if you've got a subscription set up for them, it opens up to the listings in the news feed. Okay, those are the listings that were sent out by the subscription email. Okay, so that will be here. Again, they max out at 50. If they'd like to see listings that are in their search, which is matching their search criteria, they can click on their search. So here I've got several searches, so I'm just going to click on one. So I'm looking at listings exclusive to this 53207 search. My news feed is going to be a mix of all of these listings from all of these searches. But if I want to just narrow it down and just look at the listings for a particular search, I can click right here. All right, I'm going to switch back to this tab here. Okay. Next, listing links from email show. Again, this applies to the subscription link in the subscription emails. So when they open up that link, it automatically opens to the news feed, which is our default. If you would prefer, when they open up their subscription emails, to only open up to the listings that were sent in that email update, you can change that by selecting here, the emailed listings. So whatever listings were updated for that email, it will only open to those listings. Or you can choose to open it up to your customer's search. This will always open up those new updates, but they will have access to all of the listings matching their search criteria each time that they open up that update email. The new and the updated ones will be at the top of the list, but then they can see everything still matching their search criteria. Okay, so you can choose that. Next, the start position, how you want those to open up. Default is the list tab, showing the list of listings. If you'd like to open up that subscription email link to another tab, you can click the drop down arrow and select that there. The list view, when they're on the list tab, what view did you want to show? The view, I'll switch here, are the columns that are associated with that search here. So here you can use a particular list view, or you can use the view that's associated with the search. So if it's a single family search, they'll get the single family view. If it's a condominium search, they'll get the condominium view. Next, here you can choose how the listings on the list tab is sorted. You can choose to either sort the listings by the new or the recently changed ones first in the list, or you can use the sort associated with the views. Most of the views in our system, if not all, sort by list price, lowest to highest. Next are the pieces of information that you can choose for your customers to have access to within their portal. So here you can choose the report type that you'd like them to have access to. So switching to the portal, when they're on the detail tab, that'll be what they see here. You can choose what to keep, the mortgage calculator. That's that right there, the calculator. The photos tab, if there's any videos or virtual tours attached to the listings? Did you want to make that available? Keep in mind they can be branded. Did you want to include the map tab? The messages tab is important, switching again, because that's one of the ways that they can send you messages on a listing. So if I wanted to send a message on this listing to my agent that has this portal set up for me, as a customer, I can click on this link and it'll have it already branded with that information from the listing, and I can just type my note in here and hit send message. Okay, switching back. And then the branding, that's your business card. So here I've got my card, my business card on the top of the page using yellow as my background color. I'll switch again. So where you see that and it's like, oh, where is that? I'm just going to switch to the My Account button and go out to the dashboard. That's where it's seen. So this is my branding. I've got it at the top of my page. So I'm using the background color. I can change the color if I'd like to, simply by just clicking on the square and picking a different primary color and just scooting a circle around here. And once this box is the color that I want it, I just hit use color like that. Okay. So these settings here apply to both the portal and the subscription email settings. So if you need to change that, come into the portal for that. This will conclude our webinar for portal preferences within FlexMLS.